Now at 10, Humboldt, Kansas opens a 100-year-old time capsule. Plus, Pittsburgh's Board of Education names a brand new superintendent of schools, and the Webb City Public Library invites the community out to take part in a book sale.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Humboldt, Kansas tonight took a peek back in time to unveil something unseen for 100 years. This is KOIM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. A century ago, the people of Humboldt, Kansas placed a cornerstone on what was then the new Humboldt High School. Tonight, that time capsule was opened. KOIM's Elise Noe was there to see what was inside.
That's the sound of a century-old seal being broken. 100 years ago, the people of Humboldt, Kansas hid a piece of history for their future residents.
Last year, found that an newspaper article, one of our board members brought it in and said that there was a newspaper article that said that 100 years ago, when the original part of the high school was built, that a time capsule had been placed around the cornerstone.
The community was able to find the box thanks to a construction project for the school.
Sure enough, there was an opening on the bottom of it, and tucked up in that cornerstone was this time capsule.
Found inside the copper box sealed with melted lead was what was once a baseball.
I thought it was in pretty good shape.
A coin, a stamp, and a newspaper were also found, and folded inside that newspaper was documentation from July 11th, 1923, the day the time capsule was created.
Just having hundreds of years of history here through family, and now being back at my alma mater and being able to see the stuff that they buried 100 years ago and get us thinking about what we want to put forth in the next 100 years.
The community of Humboldt will now replace this time capsule with a new one and decide what items best reflect their town today.
We were just able to put a bunch of stuff on a cell phone, then put the cell phone in a charger, and then just hope that in 100 years they have a way to charge the phone up, and then they could see pictures, documents, videos.
And while those in the future may be puzzled by our perhaps archaic smartphones, folks from 100 years ago may have never guessed that the items they put in the box would be photographed on cell phones and live streamed across the internet.
Again, 100 years ago, they would have thought that this was going to be opened in front of people who weren't even here, and were watching this on a screen somewhere. I think they would be shocked by that.
In Humboldt, Kansas, Elise Noe, KOIM News.
To read more about the items found in that time capsule, visit our website, KOIMnewsnow.com. Pittsburgh Community School District tonight announced its newest superintendent. J.B. Elliott will take over the position on July 1st. Elliott has been the superintendent of the Perry-Lecompton School District in Perry, Kansas for the past 7 years. He has a total of 29 years in education, 21 of which were in administrative roles. Kansas City Chiefs fans in the 4 states wasted no time celebrating back-to-back Super Bowl championships. Immediately after the Chiefs win in overtime over the 49ers last night, some fans began buying up Super Bowl memorabilia. Academy Sports in Joplin stayed open late into the night to accommodate Chiefs fans. That's where we caught up with some today, and as you might imagine, they were excited.
When Andy Reid brought Travis Kelce and Mahomes in, and Brett Veach, he's just an awesome guy. He brought Mahomes here, and we've won Super Bowls ever since.
I'm just want to see him get the 6 rings with Kansas City, and then he can retire and be the legend in Missouri.
The Chiefs become the first back-to-back Super Bowl champions since 2005. The Chiefs are now back home and ready to celebrate with their fans. Head coach Andy Reid stepped off the chartered jet with the Lombardi Trophy in hand. The Kansas City Sports Commission will spend roughly $1 million for this week's Super Bowl parade and celebration. KC has some experience now with those Super Bowl parades. This year it's going to be on Valentine's Day, this coming Wednesday, starting at 11 a.m., followed by a victory rally at Union Station around 12:45 p.m. A lot of schools in the Kansas City area have canceled classes for that day. And if you can't make it there in person, well, you have another option. You can watch from your home or office. We're going to be live streaming the parade and celebration on our YouTube page. You can scan this QR code to go straight there, or just search KOIM News Now on YouTube. If you plan to be there in person, you should know the route is mostly the same. It's for the last two parades, but slightly different. It'll start at 6th Street in the Kansas City River Market and end at Pershing Road in front of Union Station. However, this time, the parade won't pass through the River Market. You'll find more information on the parade route and parking and transportation options on our website, KOIMnewsnow.com. If you do go to the parade, you're going to want to know the weather, and meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look.
So for the Kansas City Parade this Wednesday, we're going to see some clear skies and warmer temperatures. By noon, temperatures warm up to 55 degrees with a pretty fast southerly breeze. Maybe some clouds here and there, but no rain or snow in the forecast. And by the afternoon hours, we're going to get up to 60 degrees with still a fast breeze. Now those clouds roll in a little bit later Wednesday evening, but still no rain on the forecast. These wind gusts are pretty fast though, gusting upwards of 20-25 miles per hour to start off the afternoon around noon on Wednesday. And then as we make our way through, getting up to 25-30 miles per hour by 3 o'clock. And then if you're planning on sticking around for the evening time hours, you're going to feel these winds gusting upwards of 40 to 45 miles per hour. So pretty fast winds on Wednesday.
Now, is there such a thing as too many books? People shopping at the Webb City Public Library's annual book sale certainly do not think so. The sale started today at the library and offers the public an opportunity to buy used books the library no longer needs. That includes everything from adult bestsellers to children's picture books.
The nice thing about it is it gets the community members out, and they also support the library because whatever we bring in goes right back into the general collection.
Money raised through the book sale will be used to buy new books for the library. That sale goes through February 24th. To see what times the sale will be open, just visit our website, KOIMnewsnow.com. Carthage agriculture students have been busy for the past week and a half creating perfect Valentine's Day arrangements. The floral design portion of the class has been available only the past 2 years. In that time, students take 1 week out of every month to create arrangements. With holidays like Valentine's Day, Easter, and Mother's Day all around the corner, students have been hard at work to make each arrangement special.
The first assignment they get, I just give them flowers and I say, make me something. And they all think they've made the world's best creation. And then the next day I teach them how to actually make something and they realize, wow, there's actually more to this than I thought. But now we're at the point where they just make things and they say, can you check on this?
Students will be delivering arrangements within the school tomorrow and will then look toward creating arrangements for Mother's Day. Later in sports, it's a big night for girls basketball. John's going to have highlights of Webb City versus Joplin in just a few minutes. But first, authorities search for a motive in a shooting at a well-known mega church in Houston. As they search for a motive, authorities are revealing more details in the shooting at Joel Osteen's Texas megachurch. During the melee, the suspected shooter's son was shot in the head and is in critical condition. Christian Benavides has the latest.
Authorities say a 7-year-old boy who was shot at a Texas megachurch was the shooter's son.
She gets out of her white vehicle. She opens the door, pulls out the 7-year-old child out of the back seat, as well as a bag that is with her.
Police say 36-year-old Genesee Moreno was the assailant, and her son was caught in the crossfire and shot in the head.
Shooting at leg with 2 people down, we need an ambulance.
A 57-year-old man who was shot in the leg has been released from the hospital. Authorities say Moreno had a history of mental illness.
She confronts a security guard who lets her in along the west side of the building. She immediately starts firing inside of the hallway.
Moreno was killed after pointing the weapon at security officers who returned fire.
They were repetitive, boom, boom, boom.
Celebrity pastor Joel Osteen expressed thanks the shooting didn't happen during larger morning services at his church.
We thank God for that He's watching over all of us, and as the chief says, we're going to keep going strong and bringing hope to the world.
A person familiar with the investigation confirms to CBS News that a sticker with the word Palestine was on the rifle used in the attack. Authorities also found anti-Semitic writings. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
Authorities recovered 2 guns at the scene, including the AR-15 the shooter allegedly used in the attack. They say Moreno had at least 6 prior arrests, including unlawful carrying of a weapon, which he pleaded guilty to. Officials say the rifle used in the shooting was legally purchased in December. Some drivers in Jasper County, Missouri might want to take a detour in the coming days, starting tomorrow at 7 a.m. and continuing until 3:30 in the afternoon. Missouri road crews will cut back brush along Route D between Maverick Road and Grand Street north of Joplin. Route D will be closed where crews are working. MoDOT expects the brush clearing to finish on March 1st. KDOT's accepting applications for the spring 2024 round of the agency's Cost Share program. That program provides financial assistance for construction projects to improve safety and help both rural and urban areas of the state improve their transportation system. Nearly $140 million has been given to Kansas communities since the Cost Share program began. That was back in 2019. You can visit our website, KOIMnewsnow.com, for application information. A lot of people in our area found snow on the ground this morning. Others did not. This is video from Joplin, where the city saw substantial snowflakes. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, well, not so much.
And I would say on this snow, what they did on the offense was to salt the roads with brine before the snow advanced. So most of the areas you could see that they had brined the roads, which helps to prevent ice from forming if it comes down as ice.
Yeah, that and the fact that there was sun and higher temperatures, they took care of most of the roads pretty early. Lindsay's forecast is next, and later the Missouri Southern men ride a 2-game winning streak. John has details on the big man getting some of the credit.
Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney here. I know a few of us woke up to some heavy snow showers this morning, but taking a look outside at our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort camera, most of the snow is cleared away, especially off the roads, main roads, and even side roads. But there is going to be some puddles here and there, and with the temperatures cooling off below freezing tonight, could experience some refreezing in the morning hours. Now, we don't see any rain or snow in the forecast for the next several days, so we're going to have a nice break, some sunny skies, and temperatures warm back up throughout the remainder of the week. Starting tonight, clear skies throughout the entire night. Temperatures cool off, like I said, down to below freezing, with our overnight low being about 27, 28 degrees. So any puddles that you see could refreeze and cause some issues for traffic in the morning commute hours. Tomorrow, though, temperatures warm back up 50 degrees by noon and completely sunny skies, maybe some clouds here and there in the afternoon hours, and the high tomorrow is going to be upper 50s, possibly getting up to 60 degrees. So if there's any snow still left in the area after the melting today, it's going to be melting completely by tomorrow. We do see some pretty fast winds picking up on Wednesday. This starts around Tuesday at 12. We're going to see some gusts upwards of 20-25 miles per hour, but the Wednesday gusts are going to be picking up pretty fast. Over on our western counties, we see them starting to pick up, move in off the western counties, and then picking up to 38 miles per hour. Wednesday at 8:30 p.m., we see pretty much across the entire area, we're all getting some pretty fast winds. Continuing into the evening hours, these winds are going to gust upwards of 45 miles per hour. So Wednesday, we're going to have some windy days. Now, it's going to be clear skies still and no rain on the forecast until Friday. So this is just going to be some fast winds coming out of the south, bringing in a warmer southerly breeze. Until those winds shift from the north, then they start to cool down a bit. This is our Friday system track. We have some rain pushing in from the north and pushing in from the south. Well, these winds are meeting right in the middle. So we could experience some showers in our northern counties and some in our southern counties. However, it's not going to last long, and it's not going to get more to the central counties, just on the northern and the southern half. Now, continuing on by the afternoon hours, most of the rain has cleared out. Moving into Friday evening, all the clouds are gone and temperatures do drop down to the mid-20s again, with our overnight low being 22 degrees. So it's going to get cold again Friday into Saturday with that weak cold front we had moving in with the rain on Friday. But thankfully, temperatures warm back up as we move into early next week. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, temperatures getting back up to the mid-60s, and then with those fast breezes coming from the south, the wind's going to bring in temperatures up to 73 degrees on Wednesday.
Lindsay, thanks. New research finds adolescents recovering from concussions could speed their recovery by limiting screen time and even returning to school early. The study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine finds time in the classroom or in after-school activities is associated with faster improvement of symptoms. Previous guidelines recommended complete physical and mental rest until concussion symptoms resolve. Meta is making a change to what political content you'll see on social media platforms. Instagram will quit recommending political content from accounts you don't follow. The popular photo and video app said this will also apply to Threads. Both apps will add a setting to let users opt into political content recommendations if they want. Customization tools will also be rolled out on Facebook at a later date. Still ahead, Patrick Mahomes and McCole Hardman tell a story about their Super Bowl clinching play. And Joplin and Webb City girls basketball meet at the Cardinals Dome. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
FletcherHyundai.com.
Last night's Super Bowl came down to the final seconds of overtime, and with it some confusion about the new overtime rules. Multiple 49er players say they didn't know about the rule change that guaranteed each team possession. Things were different for the Chiefs, but Patrick Mahomes still had to do some explaining.
Can I tell a quick funny story? Please. I threw a touchdown to this dude at the end of the game, and he looked at me. I said, and he had no idea. I said, dude, we just won the Super Bowl. And then he said he blacked out. He had no idea. I was like, bro, because he didn't even celebrate at the beginning. I'm like, what are we doing?
Switching gears to D2 college basketball, Missouri Southern has won 2 in a row, thanks in large part to the play of one of their big men, Darius Dawson. He's been the leading scorer in both of those home wins. And this afternoon, Missouri Southern forward Darius Dawson is named the MIAA Player of the Week. This comes after a week where he and Lions go 2-0 over Lincoln and Central Missouri. Dawson averaged 24.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 blocks per contest, and he's the first Lions men's player to win this honor in 2 seasons. Over to local high school basketball, Joplin and Webb City girls hoops meet tonight for the first time this season, each of them very much needing a win. Joplin girls basketball on the road at Webb City. Lady Eagles looking for their first win of February. Webb City turns up the pressure early. Entry pass nearly stolen to the post, but freshman Addie Burns hits the turnaround shot. A couple possessions later, Abby Sargent with a jump pass to Mallory Stanley in the corner, who hit 3. Then Sargent sticks her hand in the passing lane here, gets a steal and the layup. Webb City takes an early 13-2 lead. A lot of game left though, and Joplin would come back. Ashley Phillips lines up a 3 from the corner, hits it to cut the deficit down to 3. Then Alyssa Owens left open from beyond the arc, and she sticks it as well. But that fast start gives Webb City plenty of cushion. And as Whitley Keith, another freshman, hits an open 3, Webb City never surrenders the lead. The Lady Cardinals win at home 55-46. In college basketball, 6th-ranked Kansas is in Lubbock tonight facing Texas Tech, hoping for its first road win in the last 4 tries. And this one is a shocker, head-scratcher, whatever you want to call it. But you typically don't see the number 6 team in the nation get blown out. That's what happens tonight. The Jayhawks lose 79-50 to Texas Tech after getting outscored by 20 in the second half. They've now lost 4 consecutive road games, all of them coming in Big 12 play.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was going to say maybe, Kansas team was up too late watching the Super Bowl, but Texas Tech had their guy quarterbacking
You're right.
for the Chiefs, so
Yeah.
both of them would have an excuse. We'll be right back. Hey, a quick reminder, you can learn about the day's weather anytime, anywhere with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates or other weather information sent straight to your phone. It doesn't cost a thing. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Again, it's the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Now here's Lindsay with a final look at your weather.
After that snow we just had, I am thankful to see some warm days coming up. Tuesday 58, Wednesday breezy but 64 degrees with some showers possibly coming in on Friday. It's going to cool down the temperatures just a bit, and then moving into next week, we see those temperatures warm back up to the 70s by Wednesday.
Thanks, Lindsay. Hey, the Super Bowl wasn't the only big game yesterday. No, the Puppy Bowl. It's also become a big tradition. Well, a tradition, maybe not quite as big as the Super Bowl, but it's a tradition. This contest marked the 20th year for the Animal Planet show. Defending champs Team Fluff took on Team Rough. Team Rough upset Team Fluff 72-69 to take home the Lombardi Trophy. Moosh, an Australian Shepherd mix who forced a key turnover, was named MVP. Most valuable puppy, I guess. More than 130 dogs made up the two teams. They came from 73 shelters across the country.
I guess both the Puppy Bowl and the Super Bowl had streakers on the field, too.
That's a good point. Yeah, I heard about the streaker in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The dogs generally don't wear a lot of clothes
You're
anyway.
Right. True.
Final sports notes.
Missouri Southern baseball back at home tomorrow. Lions off to a great start to their season so far.
See you tomorrow. Let's make it a great one.